Welcome to the Explainer, everyone. Today we're breaking down one of the most highly anticipated, absolutely heart-stopping events on the entire sporting calendar. We are talking about the 2026 Ampol State of Origin Game 3. It's the Maroons versus the Blues, and we are looking at the ultimate series decider. Look, if you love high-stakes rugby league, it literally does not get any bigger than this. I am so pumped to guide you through the numbers, the lineups, and the heavy history that are colliding to make this matchup a true heavyweight title fight. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's dive into this, because honestly, the context right now is everything. The Shield is totally hanging in the balance, and the series is deadlocked at 1 game apiece. What does that mean? It means all the training, all the tactical tweaks, and all the momentum from the past few weeks comes down to just 80 minutes of brutal, uncompromising football. There's no tomorrow for either of these squads. It's a genuine winner-takes-all scenario, and the pressure cooker is dialed up to the absolute maximum. To really understand how we got to this boiling point, we just have to look at the crazy pendulum swing of the first 2 games. I mean, in Game 1, New South Wales managed to grind out this incredibly tight victory, right? Edging the Maroons 22-20. But then, Queensland absolutely roared back in Game 2 with a massive statement, putting on an absolute offensive clinic to win 44-24. This huge swing in momentum shows us exactly how evenly matched, yet totally unpredictable these 2 powerhouses are right now. One game was a defensive nail-biter, and the other, a total blowout. It leaves us completely guessing what kind of chaos Game 3 is going to bring.
Section 1, a century of rivalry, state versus state. You know, this isn't just a game between 2 representative teams, it's a generational war. This is about state pride, bragging rights, and a rivalry that has quite literally divided families and friends for decades. When these guys take the field, they're carrying the legacy of every single player who's ever worn the jersey before them. And this brilliantly illustrates that fierce rivalry. Across a staggering 137 games played in Origin history, the Queensland Maroons hold 73 wins to the New South Wales Blues' 62 wins, with just 2 draws. So there's a slight but incredibly hard-fought historical edge for Queensland. But more than anything, seeing these numbers side by side proves that this is one of the most fiercely contested rivalries in global sports. Nothing has ever come easy for either side. Section 2. The Suncorp Stadium Fortress, Brisbane, awaits. Just take a second and look at that number. 63%. Let that hang in the air for a moment. So what does that actually mean for Game 3? Well, that right there is Queensland's historical win rate at Suncorp Stadium. For the Maroons, it's home. But for the Blues, it's a completely hostile cauldron. The atmosphere is going to be deafening, intimidating, you name it. More than 6 times out of 10, when the Maroons play on this patch of grass, they walk away with the victory. It is a fortress in every sense of the word. Breaking that 63% down, we're talking about 39 wins out of 62 games played at the venue for Queensland. Now let's contrast that with New South Wales. The Blues have only managed 22 wins out of their 62 games at Suncorp. That gives them just a 35% win rate. I mean, this really highlights the massive geographical and psychological hurdle the Blues are facing. They aren't just playing 17 guys in maroon jerseys, they are playing against the stadium, the crowd, and a very, very daunting track record. Section 3, Maroons' key reinforcements, defending the turf. Knowing the history and the venue, both coaches have obviously made some crucial tweaks to their rosters. So the crucial point is how Billy Slater is managing his forward pack. The Maroons are bringing in some major heavy-hitting forwards for this decider. Patrick Carrigan and Jeremiah Nanai are huge inclusions, alongside Corey Horsburgh coming onto the reserve list, and they're stepping in while Lindsay Collins and Kulifa Foinifuyaki make way. Bringing back the experience, the engine, and the sheer impact of players like Carrigan and Nanai, that could be exactly what tips the scales for the Maroons in what's bound to be a grinding, super physical Game 3. And man, when you look at the spine of this Maroons starting lineup, it is downright dangerous. You've got the electric Kalen Ponga at fullback, just ready to break the game open at any moment. Then there's the leadership and sheer unpredictability of Captain Cameron Munster at 5'8", partnering up with Sam Walker at halfback. Up front, you have the pure intimidation factor of Tino Fasuameliui at prop, plus the endless work rate of Reuben Cotter at lock. It's a team completely custom-built to strike fast and tackle hard. Section 4, Blues decider lineup, ambush ready. Now, to pull off a Suncorp ambush, the Blues have made some really heavy roster changes for this decider. Looking at the ins, we see Brodman Best, Liam Martin, Stephen Critton, Hamale Olakawatu, and Blake Brayley. Which means they're waving goodbye to some pretty massive names. Brian Toe, Apasai Coruscant, Kotoni Staggs, and Dylan Lucas are all out. but these are highly strategic inclusions. Bradman Best brings absolute raw power to the centers, and having an agitator and physical presence like Liam Martin stepping up for the decider, that shows the Blues fully intend to fight fire with fire in the forwards. The Blues are fielding an incredibly star-studded lineup here. James Tedesco at the back, Mitchell Moses at 6, Payne Hawes bringing the go forward at prop, and Captain Isaiah Yeo locking the scrum. But I want you to anchor your attention on that number 7 jersey, Nathan Cleary. In a must-win scenario deep inside enemy territory, his kicking game, his game management, and his ability to just ice the big moments, it's going to be of supreme importance. Honestly, if New South Wales is going to win this, Cleary has to be the maestro.
So let's look at how these teams actually match up on paper this season. When we check out the current season completion rate, there is a glaring statistical advantage for Queensland. The Maroons are completing their sets at an elite 86%, compared to the Blues' 77%. And in Origin, where field position is absolute gold and ball security is paramount, giving the opposition cheat ball can be fatal. The Maroons' ability to finish their sets and apply sustained pressure is a massive, massive weapon in their arsenal. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how the Blues counter that. When we look at current season tackle efficiency, New South Wales brings a slightly tighter defense to the table, operating at 89.6% compared to Queensland's 87.6%. So we're really setting up a true unstoppable force versus immovable object scenario here. Queensland holds onto the ball better to attack, but New South Wales makes their tackles better to defend. It is just a beautiful tactical clash. So after 137 games of history, with the series tied 1-1, and with huge names returning to the lineups on both sides, it all comes down to this one night in Brisbane. Will the Maroons' fortress hold and allow them to protect their incredible Suncorp legacy? Or will Nathan Cleary and the heavily adjusted Blue squad script the ultimate ambush behind enemy lines? The data is set, the history is written, but the final chapter of 2026 is up to the players.